Today I'm going to talk about a very interesting story of Domino's founder by name Tom Monaghan. So he was born in 1937 in Ann Arbor, in Michigan, in US. And when he was 4 years old, his father passed away on Christmas Eve. His mother was not able to take care of the kids because she didn't have any earnings. So she decided Tom and Jim, both of his sons, should go to foster home. So at the age of 4, he was sent to foster home. In next 7 years, Tom used to wait for every single day that his mom will come and pick him up. But didn't happen for 7 years because she was not having any earning. After 7 years, she came back because she got a job of nurse and she was able to take care of her kids. So she came and took Tom and Jim both back home. And then he was sent to Catholic school. So till 7th standard, he studied there in Catholic school. Also, he was doing odd work at the school, whatever was available. And then in 7th standard, he actually had to switch the school. He always wanted to make money because he was always having problem not having enough money. So he used to go around scout for whatever was possible on the street in his city. So he used to go for cherry picking job. He used to go for newspaper distribution. Very difficult times. And he used to even go for fishing and catch fish and sell it. So he was trying to make whatever possible to make some money so that he can have a better life. On the other side, he was always arguing with his mom, and this constant fight was not a very healthy situation. And what happened was he was again sent back to foster home, and so both brothers again went to foster home. So Tom was trying all the very best, in terms of finishing his schooling, earning money, but he didn't know what he was doing wrong. Then he wanted to become a priest, so he joined a seminary with the help of his mother. But just within 1 year, he had to abandon that dream of becoming a priest because the seminary closed and he was told to go away. So again, he moved back to home, and obviously the relationship with mom always had an issue. So he was sent to juvenile delinquent home, where so police officers just took him to that place, and Tom was not aware that what fault he has done and because of what he is being done all that in life. So what he used to do is, he never told his friends that he's staying there. He used to go from different paths and just to make sure that nobody knows what's going on in his life. So he finished the school. At the same time, he was working, doing odd jobs. He started working at bowling alley. He used to stay in a ramshackle house which was abandoned. So he used to stay there. His shoes had holes, when he used to walk. It was literally misery all around. But he never gave up. And a good thing what happened was, he was adopted. He was taken back from the juvenile home by his uncle and aunt. So they took him back, and they made sure that this guy graduates. He didn't want to graduate, but then suddenly he saw his auntie doing all the preparation for his graduation ceremony. So then he decided and requested teacher, tried his best, and got graduated. He wanted to go to university, so but he didn't have money to pay for the university fees. So he joined US Marine Corps for 2 years. And that's where he started reading a lot of books. He had this. He made this vision of going big, making it very big in life. So after 2 years, he had $2,000 with him, and then he thought that now he can go back to the University of Michigan. He can finish his university now. But what happened was he was tricked by a slick businessman who had, offer him some quick rich scheme, and duped him of all of his money. And Tom had just $15 in his pocket. Now imagine, so again from $15 he had to survive. So what he started doing was, he started distributing newspapers, and this is where the idea of delivery happened to him. So he used to take subscription from the customers who wanted newspaper, and this is where he started making money. He was very busy, and this is where the new opportunity comes. And this is where the new opportunity comes to him. His brother shares with him that there is a store near Michigan University Eastern Side by name Dominic's Pizza, and which is up for sale. Now this guy Tom only had $77 in his bank account. So he liked the idea. He borrowed the money. He borrowed $500, and he bought the store, never realizing that it's going to be a very tough job. His brother Jim, he was very excited in the beginning, but then he did not want to lose his job. So after doing the stuff for almost 6 months, he decided that he will not be carrying it forward. So it will be only Tom who has to get it executed. So Tom was really, he felt alone, but he did not give up. But luck was not with him at that point of time. So everything was going wrong. He was not having great business. His employees were not happy. He lost his home, so he had to sleep in the store itself. He didn't have anything to eat, so he was using stale popcorn. With that, he survived for a few days. He used to eat burnt pizza. If any pizza in the store used to go bad, he used to eat himself. That's how he was surviving. But then idea came to his mind when none of the staff one day turned up, so he was all alone. And then he decided that he will go only with the two best pizza, and not having too many pizzas to handle. And you won't believe it, that became a blockbuster for him. He just focused on two pizza. He focused on, first time in the world, he focused on free delivery to the customers. So most of his customers were university students or people who wanted the delivery, and he started giving free delivery to them. So that store became huge success after a lot of work. Tom had vision of making the best pizza chain, the best pizza shop in the town. So when first store was doing pretty well, so then he got offered for opening up. He got opportunity to open a second store, and you won't believe it. These two stores in some years became one of the best-selling stores in United States. They sold thousands of pizzas, and customer love, what he was offering. Customer loved free delivery, and in late 1960s, he got opportunity. So he went to Boston for a conference, and he got opportunity to meet with officials from McDonald's and KFC, and that's where he learned the idea of having a franchisee. So he thought, he will also go the same way. And by 1969, he had 32 stores spread all across. He wanted to make it big, but the problem was most of the stores, and then at one time, almost all his stores were running into debt, into losses, and this guy was a $1.5 billion in debt. Now, this is the time he thought, rather than closing his company, he should hand it over to the bank. So he went to the bank, gave the keys. He said, you take over the business. What bank did was, they hired professionals, true professionals. These two professionals tried their best. They cut down on the cost. Actually, it was like cutting down on the quality, and things started going miserably down. Then Tom was called back by bank, and they said, you please take it back from us and make it success. And this is where what he did was again amazing. He said, He talked to all the creditors, whatever lawsuits he were facing. He faced all of them very systematically. He started not taking any franchises any further. He made a condition that anyone who wants to have franchisee will have to run store for 1 year successfully, and only then he gets franchisee. He also, for the first time, came with this idea: if in 30 minutes, if it is not delivered, the pizza is going to be free. And the rest is history. $9 billion empire built by a homeless guy who struggled all his life but made it a runaway success. And how we all love Domino's. So, guys, go for it. Do subscribe the channel, like it. Thank you.